Hello guys, welcome to my this video, and today I will show you how you can implement Owl Carousel in your application. I already had shown this one, but my some viewers asked me to make this video again. So that's why I thought to make from begin, and here I will just try to cover all the Owl Carousel important properties. So here you can see I have the basic HTML structure. This is index.html file, and here I have some basic HTML structure. I can just expect you know the basic HTML structure, okay, because you are implementing Owl Carousel, so that means you know the basic HTML structure. So now after that, here just you have to be open your browser, and here this is my application. I already opened the index.html file here from my application, okay. I mean this index.html file I have opened in the browser already, okay, and I hope you know the thing. And now just you have to open a new tab, and simply you have to be go the Owl Carousel official site. So I will type here Owl Carousel, okay, and it will redirect to my Owl Carousel official site. So here you can see the link home Owl Carousel 2.3.4 version. So you have to be click this link simply. So I will click this, and here you can see it's open the Owl Carousel official link. So this one you can check. So after that, the step you have to be follow, that is download, okay. So simply here I will click this download. So then you will get a zip file. You can see the below the bottom left corner of my desktops. Here you can see it's downloaded a zip file. So I will click this one, and I will just open this zip. Here you can see this zip folder is downloaded. So I will cut from here, and just simply I will go to my desktop, and just here I will paste, and I will extract this zip. So here this you can see extract file. So I will extract this zip, and I will click OK. So you can see here the zip file is extracted. So I'll remove this zip file now, because it's now extracted. Here you can see this one. So now here I will open this one. Here you can see Owl Carousel, and I will open again, and here you can see docs. So I have to be go docs, and here you can see some demos of the Owl Carousel here. So I will click the demo, and here different types of demo of the Owl Carousel you will find here, okay. So simply any of the file you have to be open in your browser. So suppose if I open mouse wheel, so I will click this one. So you can see this file is open. Here you can see, okay, and whatever step I'm doing, so same step you have to be follow, okay. And after that, if you follow the same steps, so I think you will can implement Owl Carousel easily in your application. So here you can see the demo, okay. This is for mouse wheel. So now simply here just I will go to my editor, and here I will click file, and after that here open file. And one thing I want to clear, I'm using Visual Studio Code Editor, and I will suggest to use Visual Studio Code Editor to you also. So if you don't know how to download Visual Studio Code Editor, so simply you can write in comment section or my Insta ID. I will provide the link, and you can easily download Visual Studio Code Editor, and this is very useful editor. So here I will write, I will click this open file, and after that just I will go to the desktop, because this Owl Carousel folder I have stored into the desktop. So I will go to desktop, and after that here you can see I am getting this Owl Carousel folder. So I will open this one, docs, demos, okay. And after that here you can see this mouse wheel, which I open in my browser. So that one I will open. If you want, then you can open any of this file. So mouse wheel. So here you can see this mouse wheel is open, and here you will find some important files which you have to be implement in your application, I mean in your index.html file. So in the mouse wheel, so first thing here you can see this is for font awesome icon, okay. So this icon you have to be used in your application. It is not a font awesome, this is a icon but not a font awesome. So simply you have to be copy this link and after that just I will go to the mouse wheel h.html file again, and here you can see this link I already copied and paste in my HTML file. This is for font link, you can see here. And after that here just if I scroll down, so there is the here is the some CSS for owl carousel. For implementing owl carousel, just this two CSS I have to be add in my project also. And where this CSS you can see the path, this is assets folder, and here the CSS. Okay, so how you can get this CSS? Just simply you have to be opening your Owl Carousel folder which you have downloaded from Owl Carousel official site. After that you have to be open, you have to be go to the docs and then assets folder, because here you can see the path assets folder. Okay, so I will just open the assets folder, and here you have to be open Owl Carousel, because again if you check the path Owl Carousel, then assets again, then Owl Carousel min.css and owl theme default min.css. Okay, so then Owl Carousel, then again assets, here I will find the CSS Owl Carousel min.css, this one, and another is you can see owl.theme.default.min.css. So that means this one and owl.theme.default min.css. So this one and this one I have to be add in my project. So what I will do, just I will copy this two CSS. Okay, and I will copy again, just listen to me, I will copy this two CSS. One is owl.carousel.min and owl.theme.default.min, and I think you have just watch how I have entered this folder. Okay, so after copy this one, now I will open my folder. So this is my application JavaScript, and here is the CSS. So in the CSS I will paste this two files because this is CSS part. Okay, and now this is done. So now I have added this CSS from Owl Carousel folder to my folder, from this folder to my folder. Okay, so now here I have to be add this CSS. So just here I will enter, and here I will write link href dot slash, because I have to be enter CSS folder first of all, because in the CSS folder just I have paste our two CSS links. Okay, and guys here one more thing you have to be remember, you have to be add the CSS link step by step. So first of all here you can see it's added Owl Carousel min.css, and after that theme.min.css. Okay, so here you cannot add theme.min.css first of all and then Owl Carousel min.css, then it will not be workable. So first of all you have to be implement this CSS, and after that this one. So here Owl Carousel min.css, and then again I will write link href dot css and then theme, this one. Okay, so this one you have to be implement one by one, you cannot add this link before this one. Okay, I hope it's clear. So save, and now again I will come here and just I will scroll down. Here you will find something for JavaScript. Here you can see it's comment out JavaScript. So same you will find also, and here you have to be add this two link in your application. One is for jQuery and another is for Owl Carousel JS link. And these two links, one is asset folder then vendor. Okay, so I will go to the Owl Carousel site again. So I will close again, I will go from begin Owl Carousel, this one docs and air assets, then JS, not JS, here I have to be check asset vendor jQuery. Okay, so asset then vendors, then this one jQuery min. So just this one I will copy, and I have to be open my folder, this is JavaScript, and this is JS part. So in the JS folder I will paste this one. Okay, so one is done, and I will close again and I will check. This one is another CSS, another JS, that is asset folder, then owlcarousel, and then owl.carousel.js. So I will open this one, then docs, then assets folder, then here owlcarousel, and after that here you can see owl.carousel.js. So that means this one only, not mean here. Okay, so I will copy this one, and again just I will open my folder and here JS, and just simply I will paste. Okay, now the time to implement this JS which I paste in my folder. So I will come here, and here in your case you have to becomes body tag. Okay, just here before the end of this body tag. Okay, I mean above the end of this body tag, here you have to be write script source. So in mouse wheel I will go. So first thing is implemented jQuery, and after that this JS. So same I will implement. So dot slash I will go to JS folder, and first of all jQuery, and again I will write script tag source and JS, and this one. So this is implementation is done. So now what I will do, just this mouse wheel .html file I will remove from here, because the CSS and JS implementation is done. So now again you have to become owlcarousel official site again, and after that you have to go, that is demos, because here you will find some demos of owlcarousel. Okay, so here you can see. So I will implement one by one. So first of all the basic slider. So basic, and here you can see this is the slider. So this kind of slider if you want to implement, so just scroll down, and here you will find the code. So first thing I will come the HTML part. So I will copy this one. Okay, and here in the body tag, because HTML part we write inside an body tag. So this is you can see, and after that I will scroll up, and the JS part. So I will copy this JS part, and I will scroll down just here below all the script tag. Okay, here you can see all the script tag. So below all the script tag, here you have to be write a script tag again and paste. So you can see. So after that just you have to be right click and format document, then you can see this one is formatted. So this one is the for HTML part, and this is for script part. Okay, so now guys, here this owlcarousel, this is class name. So if you go to your HTML part, so here you can see a class name is owlcarousel. So now guys, here if I go to the browser and refresh, so you can see it's not working. Why? Because here I have added two CSS links, but here I have to be write something, that is relation. So both CSS link I have to be write relation like this, and here I have to be write style sheet. Okay, this is minor mistake. So why I have shown it later, because you just mistake this type of minor thing, and after that you say it's not working. So this kind of minor mistake you have to be notice, and you should not be mistake like this. So here you have to be write style sheet like this way, and after that if I refresh, so you can see the carousel is here. So you can see the number of the carousel. So here you can see if I click this button, so slider is done. Here is the dot like this. Okay, so here some properties of the JS. So here you can see loop true, nap true. Okay, so what is this kind of properties? So nap true means this button, it's called nap bar like this. Okay, so if you write here nap false, so you will find this button is hide from here. So that is called nap. Okay, loop true. What is loop? Okay, in this video I already said I will explain everything. Okay, so what is loop? Loop means here you can see 5 items it's showing at a time, and how many item I have, you can see this is the HTML of slider. So I have 12 items. So when I will slide this one, so you can see if I click this button, 5 6 7 8 like this way. So when the 12 item will be here, that means there will be no other item for sliding. So then what will be happen? So here you can see 11 and after that 12. That means item is end. Here you can see it's only 12 item I have. So item is end. So if I click this next button, so what it will be happen? So you can see the first item is coming here. So that means it's looping. When item is end, so the first item will come here. That means it's looping. You can see again it started from first for 1 2 3 4 like this way. But if I write here loop false, so that means it will not be looped. Okay, so when the item will be end, so let's see what it will be happen. This next button is now disabled. I'm clicking but it's not working because here loop is false. So I hope the concept of loop and the nap is clear. And now guys, here dot. So here is the another property that is called dots. So if you write dots false, so here let's see, you can see dot is removed from here. So this is dot. Some slider we don't need want to add dot, some slider we don't want to add this nav bar, so we can do that. Okay, and guys here if you want to change the icon of this nav, so how you can do that? So here it's not showing this one, this property. So just I will go to the demo again and I will show step by step. So nap icon if you want to change, so that I will show how you can do that. So first of all, here is the next is responsive. Okay, so here is some CSS property of the responsive. Okay, you can see. So what is that actually? So here you can see this is responsive. Okay, it's already implemented. So when your screen size is 1000 pixel, more than 1000 pixel, so it will be shown 5 item. So now this is my screen size more than 1000 pixel. So if I refresh, so by default it will be shown up to 5 item. So that is it's showing here. But if I want to show by default 2 item when the screen size is more than 2, so more than 1000, sorry, so that time you can see my screen size is more than 1000, so it's showing 2 item at a time, 1 2 like this. So this is actually responsive. When the screen size will be 600, so that time it will be shown 3 items. So if I inspect and if I just shrink our screen size, so it's a 600. So here just I will change it to 600. So here you can see when the screen size is 600, it's showing 3 items because here it's written like this. So that is actually responsive. Okay, so that is called responsive. So now, so responsive is part is done. Okay, so I will just again I will go to the demos and center. So what is center? You can see it will be shown as a centerize. So now the property is center true. So where you have to be at, here you can see this is center true. So I will copy these properties and if I write here center true, so let's see, you can see I want to show the by default 2 item 1 and 2. So you can see here it's showing centerize. Okay, it's showing centerize. So that is actually center true. Okay, so now guys here I haven't explained the margin property. So margin means it's very simple. Here suppose 1 item and 2 items. So if I inspect the item, so this is item. So here you can see this item here, this is item. So here you can see it's added some space. Here you can see margin height is 10 pixel. How it's coming 10 pixel? From here suppose if I write 100 and save, and after that if I refresh, so here you can see first item is here because I have added margin right is, you can see when I'm hover on this, so here you can see the red color, here you will find, you can see that is margin 100, and here you can see margin right 100 pixel because I have added margin. So the between the item it will be at some space, that is called margin. So margin 10 it's okay for here. If you want to add more margins, so you can do that. This is totally depend on you how you want to show. Okay, so this is done. Margin is also done, center is done, and now I will just back and merge. So here you can see the merge property. So simply you can implement one by one merge 10. So that means the item will be here, you can see first item and the item 2, you can see like this. So how you can implement, so just here you have to be write merge true. So let's see, just I will copy this one, and here anywhere of the css if you want to add this want to write this property begin, so you can do that. So anywhere you can do that, you can write here. Okay, so just here I will click, so it's not showing because I don't have any images. Okay, when you will find any images, so that time you can understand. If I write 5 item, okay, so it's not showing because I don't have any images. When you will work as an as a image, so that time you can find here, and here is the margin fit false. So let's see if I write this. Okay, nothing is changes because here when I will add some image, so that time the changes I will find here. And here also I have to be at something. So let's see if I implement this one. So let's see I can see the difference or not. Okay, now you can see I can see the difference because here I have to be at some data merge property. Okay, data merge 1, and in case of this 4 item 4, so data merge 3. Okay, so in the item 4 you can see data merge 3, I mean from 4 to 6 it's added some more space. Okay, this is 4 to 6, it added some more space because it's a data merge 3, and from 6 to 7 it will be at more space because it's a data merge 6. So from 6 to 7 the gap you can see here, it's too much gap. Okay, so now you can see the difference. Okay, when I will if I would add here images, so the difference you can see very very better way. But now here I hope we can understand the difference also. So that is actually data merge. Okay, I just press Ctrl Z for the previous, for taking the previous one. Okay, so this one, and I will just go back, and after that auto width. So simply guys, here you can see the same thing. If you find the difference here, okay, and auto width how you can implement, I will not implement this one because it's taking too much time. So simply same way you have to be write the auto width property in your script file. I mean here, just here I will remove this merge property, and here just you have to be simply paste auto width. Like here you can paste this, sorry guys, just simply you have to be copy this one, and just here you can paste. Otherwise if you want, so you can paste the begin also, whatever you want. So like this way you can paste this property, and after that here you have to be add the HTML also, and I will suggest to add, instead of number like this way you can add the images, then the difference you can understand very better way. Okay, and here you have to be set the width, then you can understand. Okay, so like this way you can implement all the CSS property and you can find the difference. Okay, because I'm not showing this one because these are not much important. If you are implementing Aurika as well, so this CSS property is not much important. Okay, the stage padding is sometime we need it. So what is stage padding? You can see the first and the last item of the slider will show like this way. So this is stage padding. Okay, so how you can implement this one? So just stage padding, here you have to be copy. Okay, the main part I will just show the stage padding, this one, and here the same thing you can write. So just I will save, and refresh. So here you can see first item, here the some gap, and here you can see some gap first and last item, between first and last item. Okay, so this is actually stage padding. So that we sometime we need to use this one. Okay, if I remove stage padding and refresh, so you can see it's showing like this way, but when I had added stage padding, so it's added some gap between first and last item. Okay, so that was is important, stage padding. And here something is important, that is lazy load. Lazy load is also important. Okay, here for implementing lazy load you have to be add some images. Okay, otherwise you can't understand. So that's why I will not implement this one, but I will show how you can implement just simply lazy load property. You have to be right here. Okay, and here you have to be, you can see here you have to be add some images and class owl lazy like this way, then you can do that. Let's see if I will try to implement, because it's important, so I thought to show this one, it would be better for you. So lazy load true, you can write like this way, and here this HTML part I will copy from here, and just I will remove this HTML. Okay, and paste here. Instead of that, save, and here refresh. So here it's not any images, so that's why it's not showing. So simply after doing that, if you add some images here, so I hope you can see the difference. I mean the images will be loaded as lazily. Okay, so that is actually lazy load, it's much important, so you can implement by yourself. So simply this thing you have to be do, and after that, instead of this one, just you have to be add some images. Okay, then you can be easily understand. Okay, here you can see the data source, then you can easily understand. So here you have to be add your own images, and then you can find the difference the of lazy load. Okay, so I will remove this one also, and here all the thing is done, because after that something is not it's not like important. Autoplay is important here. Like autoplay means, suppose if you don't need to click any button, dot or navbar, it will be automatically, you can see it will be slided. So that is autoplay true. So here you can see this is autoplay true, and here autoplay timeout you can write, I mean after how many times the slide will be automatically played. So that is here you can change. Autoplay hover pause true means when it will be slided, you can see I'm not clicking but it's slided, but when if you want to hover, so you can see slider is stopped. So that is actually autoplay hover. So that is very important thing. So just I will show you how you can implement. So these three properties you have to be just copy, and after that here anywhere you can paste. Okay, and here I will add comma, and now you will find here I don't have to be play any button, you can see it's sliding automatically. And when I will hover on this slider, so you can see slider is stopped. So that is actually auto play hover pause. Okay, but if you want to if you don't want to stop slider in hover, so that time you can write pause. Okay, so now refresh, and if I hover on the slider, so you can see it's not pause, it's sliding. Okay, so that is actually, and here you can set the time. If you write 4000, so that means slider will be played after 4000. So just count after 4000, it will be slide automatically, you can see. So that is the difference. Okay, and now here so all the main part is done, I hope. If you want anything, so that time you can write in comment, so I will just cover on that particular part. Okay, and now guys, the main thing is I already said, that is I had shown, if you want to change this icon, so how you can do that. So here is the another property. First of all, you have to be write nav true, because otherwise nav true, how you will get the nav bar. So then you have to write nav true, and after that the another CSS property for the owl carousel, that is nav text. Okay, and here is the array. Okay, and like this, just here you can write any icon. So suppose if you want to add font or some icon, so you have to be first of all just import, or I mean download font or some, and then here you can add your icon like this. So I class here you can write the font awesome icon like this way. Okay, and simply comma, and for the another icon for next and previous buttons icon you can write like this way. Okay. Okay, so you will find your icon is changed in navbar like this, but before that you have to be just download font awesome or any icon whatever you want to use, so that thing. Okay, I hope it is clear, and if you find any doubts you can write in comment again. But guys, if you write to make owl casual again, so that I hope you will find in this video, because here I started from begin, so I will not make it again, because same thing I will not make it again and again. So I hope just you will watch this video very carefully. And here if you want to implement any property and it is not working, so that time you can write in comment, so I will try to cover this one. But owl carousel I will not implement again, because I already implement 2 times. So if you find this video is helpful, so please like this video, and if you want to get more video in Angular, JavaScript, so you can subscribe my channel also.